Okay, so we are on number 7 or 8 of our trails so far. It's pretty incredible where he's at right now. Very impressed with this young pup. However, I think this trail was a little way over his head, and he ended up having some trouble, not so much because of his capability, but honestly because of your choice of location and how the trail was laid out. It's clear he gets odor. I mean, he really does, and he stays on it for quite some time. And we're going to flash forward to that point. I think that once he gets there, he either comes off the trail and just goes out on the road because it's open, or maybe she walked along the side of the road. I can't say for certain because of how he was acting then. But I'm going to go ahead and move right to that location. So I'm not exactly sure if the turn was to the right or to the left here. He may have just perceived an opening, and that's the reason why he took it. But once he gets to the road, it's pretty much impossible for me to see if he's on trail, because immediately he's dealing with some surface transitions, some distracting odor, and then, of course, the car comes by. Way too much for a little puppy, and we just can't get him into this stage right now. The reason being is that if he learns to just walk around and run around without actually being in scent and following scent, it can create some big issues with him just running and not being an odor until he actually air scents our subject. That's kind of what happens here, and we're going to fast forward to that here in just a second. Okay, so it's clear he doesn't have odor here, and he's just kind of hunting for it. This behavior, head up, looking around, wandering left and right, that's not odor, that's just looking. Right here, he actually kind of detects something, but you know what? I honestly believe that it's the people in the truck and the odor that's blowing out of it. You're going to see him respond and move to them here shortly. More than likely, that's what this is, and that's problematic because it's a distraction he just doesn't need right now. Okay, so there is just a little bit of saving grace, right here. Suddenly he detects something. I'm not sure if this is where your trail air came out, but it sure maybe seems like it because all of a sudden he picks up some trail odor. It's definitely related to something that he's following. I can't really see any footprints here, kind of hard in the video, but it's clear that he's getting some ground odor. Sometimes that ground odor can also just be air scent on the ground because he goes into a good proximity alert and detects your subject from a distance and goes right to him at this point. So a lot of this can be really deceiving because you do get a happy ending at the end, but unfortunately 50% of this was no work and not trailing. So you really have to make sure that we don't get into a situation like this or do this again anytime in the near future. We have to keep him consistently in odor from point A to point B with no breaks and no hunting and just running around for a long period of time. So that means no roads, no traffic, no other people, no vehicles. Let's just get back to the 100% soft surface.